Happy 4th, everyone. Figured today would be a good day to do a chaos garden tour. We're gonna just go walk through the garden, show you what I got going on. And I'm gonna start over here in my permaculture garden over here. Just a quick overview. Switch the camera. Yeah, so we're just gonna start walking through. I've got paths to the shed. I've got strawberries growing here. Been getting a handful every day. So those are making runners. Gonna go down this bed. That is comfrey. Lots of blue spice basil. There's some sunflowers growing. That one's coming in. There. Some random corn. There's a white zinnia. There's sweet potatoes growing in here. What else we got down this side here? Tobacco. So there's a little tobacco plant. I'm trying tobacco this year. All of my cilantro has bolted. Got a flower, which I really like the flowers. They're really nice in vases and stuff. So those are nice. Lots of radish pods. I'm done with radishes for now. Pretty much over them, but these are edible if they're still green, but I'm gonna let these dry out and then collect the seeds from them. Some seeds in there. Got some beets growing here, some cabbage coming up. This is my Enterprise apple tree. There's an apple there. I got 2 apples this year. There's another one there. So I've got some more apple trees in this year to help with pollination next year. Let's go back down this way. I've got a nice little cut through here. Underneath the fruit trees I like to put a lot of herbs and flowers. So I've got, this is lemon balm. Let's see, there's red currant there. More comfrey. There's thyme over there. This is, oh. Hey Katie. Flower garden over here. So this is Rudbeckia. These are like black-eyed Susans, but a really cool variety. Just to show the size, these are nice and big. So I planted those last year from seed. Started those probably January of last year, and now they just bloomed the first time this year. All these orange flowers are cosmos. I did not plant these this year. Hey Kate. Just doing a garden tour. Marigolds, calendula. If you want cosmos everywhere, plant them once and they will be everywhere for eternity. More calendula. This is Apricot Beauty. Pretty cool colors. Yep, more sweet potatoes. This is a white dahlia. I got a set of dahlia tubers last year. This is the only one that made it, and it's boring and white. So I may let it go to seed and see what happens on the next generation. Plenty of fennel. So I got fennel scattered everywhere. So there's some fennel here. We use the leaves for herbs. Dill scattered in here as well. So there's some dill flowers. Alright, so we'll go back up this way. There's a coneflower. I got lots more other places, but that's a bitter orange. So this is one of the few citrus trees that grow in the area, and it's also a host plant to a swallowtail caterpillar. I'm hoping to bring in some more swallowtails. Bush cherry. Random turnips, some more beets, another bush cherry here. More fennel. I like to scatter my fennel everywhere, see what thrives and where. Same thing with sweet potatoes. I'm just filling in places. This is my sunchoke or Jerusalem artichoke, either one. So these flowers are edible, and these produce tubers that are like my potatoes, but they're edible. So I'm hoping to get some. And some random sunflowers in here. This is cucumber, so the bees love the cucumbers. There's some growing up in here. More fennel, as I said earlier. More calendula, so more of that same apricot beauty mix. Pretty awesome. Those are opening up. Okay, so that's this side. Let's go around this side here. I'll come down this way. I think that's most of it on this bed. Yeah, alright, so I just put this flower bed in. So this is anise hyssop. The spires are really still pretty short, but the bees love these. These are good in salads and teas. The flowers are edible, so that's cool. Random flowers coming up. So more cosmos because I scattered a pollinator mix. So this is the only, I think one of the few non-orange cosmos I have growing right now. It's purple, those are nice. That apple tree I put in, that's a Honeycrisp. That should coincide with pollinating with the Enterprise to help get more apples next year. More sweet potato, marigolds, sunflowers. Yeah, so this one just opened up. That one's pretty nice. And you see the bees love those. This is my raspberry patch. I've got 3 or 4 different varieties of raspberries in here. Oh, and my favorites. So these are the fall golds. So I'm trying to get Tristan and Macy out here to come pick them. But yeah, these are ready to pick. And these are delicious. Yummy. Tons of raspberries. I've been picking on them for months at this point. Another random bed. My goal is basically just get rid of as much grass as possible. Milkweed. So I had some more milkweed up there in the other bed, but so those are doing well. I had some caterpillars earlier this year for the spring migration, but I've got a few months till they come back around. First African disc daisy bloomed today, so those are really cool, white with a blue disc. Yeah, more sunflowers, more strawberries in here. Getting handfuls of strawberries every day. Okay, now this is more the kitchen garden area. Last year I had 2 8x4 beds going long ways down this bed. Hey, thanks Taylor. This year I switched them up and put them long ways and then put more beds in. They're a little shorter, but I got more. This is more kitchen garden style, so I just put some carrots in here. See how those do. This is all beets. I've been pulling beets up across the garden for months at this point, so every few days I pull up beets and roast them, put them in salads, whatever. Kohlrabi. There's some tomatoes growing back there, some other types of melons and gourds. Plenty of things that I'll let go to seed. So I've got peas back there and arugula back there that are done. I'm gonna collect seeds on. All right, this bed, I've got more tobacco growing. So I think that's the best one that's growing right now. I didn't know until now that tobacco flowers are trumpet shaped, which is pretty cool. I bet the hummingbirds like those. So this is leftover radicchio plants. So I'm wondering if they'll produce more heads, but it's getting too warm for them. But I grew radicchio for the first time this year, and that's something I can't live without now. So I have more started inside. They're a cool weather plant. I'm gonna set some out here pretty soon for the fall harvest. More beans. There's some green beans. I just harvested a handful last night. There's more coming in. Next bed. Let's see. We got a couple turnips growing still right here. There's cabbage. So I'm making another thing of cabbage. Swiss chard. Got watermelons coming up. Chinese broccoli over there that the bugs love. More beans. So this is a purple green bean, or not a green bean, purple bean. All right, so those are delicious. All right, so this monster, I got a couple of these monsters here. So this is lettuce. So this is a romaine type that went to seed last year and sprouted on its own as a volunteer, and so I let it grow, and I've been harvesting it all season, and it sprouted early, February, maybe March, and so they're starting to go to seed again. So I'm going to save these seeds. I'm sure I'll get more to pop up next year too, and we'll just see how these adapt to my climate. Yeah, seeds. Pretty cool. Ground cherries. If you don't know about ground cherries, you need to try some. These little husks. Hey, there's Tristan. I'm on a live chat thing. So these have a husk, and inside is a little berry. It tastes like, it's like a sweet cherry tomato. So these are delicious. Shallots. These are all shallots from that I started from saved last year. And so these are all coming in. I'm just gonna get ready soon. I still have a bag full inside that I've been using all year long of shallots to cook with. Hey Macy. You're on TV. You're gonna pick raspberries for me?
Yeah.
Cool.
TV?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram.
Oh.
Yeah, so these are great. These will be getting ready soon. If you grow shallots, my one piece of advice is grow the largest varieties you can, because if not, you'll be peeling shallots for eternity. So I'm going to see if I can let these go as long as possible to get to size up. These cool blue flowers. This is radicchio flowers. Some of the radicchio bolted, and now they're flowering, and I'll let them go to seed and save some of these seeds. Yeah, more sweet potato back there. There's some zinnia.
A golden raspberry.
You sure did. Alright, so this is a hybrid flower garden slash sweet potatoes, cucumbers, whatever I can get to grow over here. I got strawberries in here. Ooh, I just pissed off a bumblebee. Yeah, so cucumbers are in here. I don't think I have any. I pulled one up yesterday, but they're all coming in, not ready yet. This is the last raised wooden bed that I have. And this year I've been using a square foot gardening template for some of it, which was really nice in the beginning. Helps me stay somewhat organized. This is carrot flowers, so I'm letting carrots go to seed. Bees love these too. You see some on them right now. I've got more carrots coming in. Just trying to keep up with the succession planning. This has been my best gardening season so far, completely, but especially for carrots. Sweet potatoes, nasturtiums down here. These are awesome. Every part of this plant is edible. So the leaves are edible, flowers are edible. I put the flowers in salads. There's more dill. It's a pretty cool little pattern, the dill flowers. No caterpillars yet. Zinnia's coming in. Hey Courtney. There's some leeks in here. First time growing leeks. We'll see how those do. More beans, more fennel. Got raspberries invading this bed. There's basil, a couple different types of basil, some violas, peppers. So when I say chaos gardening, I just like to scatter as much as I can anywhere. So tomatoes are coming in. This pepper I overwintered. It's still yellow. We'll see if it greens up. More containers, tomatoes.
strawberry for today.
Only strawberry for today. Okay, I had a handful earlier. All right, so I'm slowly filling in back here. This is should be a Carolina Reaper.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes. Today.
All right. Hey, Mia. Thank you. Yeah. So this is my first attempt, maybe second attempt at grafting. That is a rootstock I ordered on Enterprise Apples. That looks like that one took. That's exciting. Learning how to graft apple trees, fruit trees. Pumpkin going down that way. Coneflowers. Okay. So I started these from seed last year. These have taken off. So they're just everywhere. Coneflowers. These make good cut flowers too, and the bees love them. Yep, more milkweed down in here. Same thing with scattering. I love to just have milkweed everywhere. Peppers, tomatoes. That's Egyptian walking onion.
Watermelons are doing really good.
Yep. Okra's coming up. Yep, squash. So this is actually zucchini. So I've been picking the flowers for squash or stuffed zucchini blossoms. So I did I think 8 last night. Those are delicious. There's some rhubarb. So I've got some rhubarb coming in. Haven't harvested any because this is their first year, so I'll harvest some next year. 2, I think 4 of those. Peppers scattered throughout. Sweet potatoes. Somewhat failed attempts at grafting. Apple trees. That's a peach, and actually there's an apricot tree buried in the coneflowers over there. The coneflower took it. More strawberries, more fennel. This is my asparagus patch that my in-laws basically gave me since the roots showed up here and they didn't have time to plant them, so I put them in the ground here. So there's some asparagus coming up right here, but I've been very conservative with how many I've been harvesting this year. Harvest more next year, let the roots get stronger. Yeah, more tomatoes. Irises are down there. And I put this bed in as a little bit of a, I don't know, manic experiment. Got sweet potatoes down. Gonna be drowning in sweet potatoes this fall. Okra's coming in. More squash. Yeah.
It was really good. And we got some 4 strawberries last night. Dad, come here. Here's some mushrooms. Okay. I don't really know what we got some mushrooms growing on the bed. Dad, we got some mushrooms growing on the side of the bed.
Okay.
Yep. Got some fungi.
Alright, there's one more sunflower, and then I'm gonna call it. So I haven't even looked at this one yet, because it's facing the other way. Oh. Cool.
Oh, wow. There's some bees on it. That's a good one.
Alright,
But there's some bees on it. There's 2.
happy 4th. One way to know that shallots are ready is they start to flop over like that. And that means they're done. They're not going to get any bigger. I'm going to let this row go a couple more days. So these right here are still going. And I'll probably still use some of these for scallions. Yeah. I just pulled up all of these shallots here. Let me get those drying. It's a wet day. And then I came back in with some lettuce and radicchio. We'll see how those do. Start clearing this bed out a little bit because it's crazy.